be correct in doing so and to make a statement for engagement. You're wrong, you've been wrong, and deal with the reality of the situation.
All of the people that analyze the draft mocked one in the first round, and even could he go to the Giants at number 3 or trade up back in that round. They got Gart, they didn't get Sanders, and the fall was on at that point.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Cosmo was supposed to fight Tierran Clark, but he had the pull-off injury. You get the call. You get to go in there. What was it like for you when you got that call, jumping in there and be part of this bantamweight tournament on short notice?
Terrifying, man. 2 weeks notice against a stud, but I've been preparing for my whole life for it, and I couldn't say no to the opportunity, and saw what happened. I came in there and kind of shocked the world. Not kind of, I did.
Only on SportsGrid.
Malaysia Fawali, who you guys know I am a huge fan, has decided to switch allegiances and stay in league. And now she's going to go play for Kim Mulkey. Her, Flau'jae Johnson in the backcourt. It's going to be interesting to watch. You wonder sometimes with roster construction, maybe too much is not too good.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
You don't think that there's something to the fact that they blow all these leads against the Edmonton Oilers? It's like the Oilers could be down 4 goals and they come back like it's nothing.
We got a series now. I think this thing is going to reset, Scott. I think home ice advantage is going to hold true in this series. I think I told you that last week. I'm expecting this. I picked the Kings in 7 before the series started, and it's like plus 700.
Pharrell Coast to Coast, only on
And welcome in. It's in-game live game day here on the grid. Scott and Dave back in the saddle as he belongs for the next 2 glorious hours, right up until 10 p.m. Eastern time, watching, analyzing, betting on the world of sports. Ah, yes, it's a beautiful thing. Playoff hockey, playoff NBA, Dave. We got baseball. We got conflicting trends, some serious conflicting trends in Texas, and all that losing in the NBA for nothing. How about that? We'll get to it all in the next 2 hours. What's going on, Dave? How are you tonight?
I'm great. I had the Dallas stuff ready to go, the classic Mavericks gear. I can't believe they got the number 1 pick. We'll address all of that. But I have to just point out at the top, I mean, we kind of become a Mets show, but we started that last year, and we've been doing the show for almost a year. And there's the graphic. So I said, you know what? They're playing the Pirates today, and Skeens is pitching. This is the second biggest dog that Paul Skeens has ever been since he's been a Pirate. Can't believe it. The last time he was this big of a dog, he went into Dodger Stadium, had a tremendous quality start, and the Pirates won as a dog. So I said tonight, you know what? Vinny thinks I'm wearing this to put it, give you the Mets power. 9-1 in their last 10 home games versus the Pirates. And the Pirates are 2-8 in their last 10. Listen, the Mets don't need my help. I'm wearing the stuff tonight to jinx them. I'm hoping that Skeens does whatever he has to do. Now, the way to path to victory for the Mets is to get to the bullpen. So far, Skeens is still in. That means the Pirates are holding on to a 1-0 lead. Let's go, Bucks. Let's go, Bucks. That's what they used to say back in the day in Three River Stadium.
Yeah, the good old days. Skeens, 3 innings, allowed just 2 hits so far, no runs. Struck out only 2. Again, his strikeout numbers are down this year. His number was 6.5, little juice to the under. We gave the boys the under. We've been on fire with our strikeout props. They really were like 30 games over 500. So this was a tough one. But the Mets don't strike out a lot. So, but the main picture, if you're a Pirate fan, is they are 2-1 since they fired the skipper. Is that just coincidence? Luck? Was he a bad guy? Did they not like him?
No, I think it just, how it goes sometimes when someone stays in sports too long and the message is lost and nobody's listening anymore. Something had to be done. Yeah, something had to be. Well, Bud Black, it wouldn't matter. Casey Stengel couldn't help that team. I mean, there's no, they don't have the tools necessary. It doesn't matter. So, but the Pirates got to change. And yes, Don Kelly served some time under Leland. So far, so good. I mean, they won the 2 games over the weekend. So here we go. Let's go into the Mets and keep it under the total, and maybe the Buccos will win. Sorry, Vinny, had to do it.
All right, quick thought. Celtics and Knicks for the 4th straight game. Boston jumped out to an early lead. Now, it's only the first quarter, but it is tied at 20. Well, Celtics just took a 23-22 lead. Their numbers are pretty much the same as it was, 5.5 over under 215.5. That's a bump up. I did like the over. I thought both teams would play much better today than they did in game 3. But my ticket, my 2 to, I won't even mention the numbers there. The wife might be listening. But my big ticket, yeah, you can say it, is, in desperation mode tonight. We need this one.
I really need the Celtics to win for that big ticket item that you have. Yeah. I'm just going to leave it at that. And I mean, it is that time every day. And when we do this show, we have this thing. The boys have dubbed it 5 on the line. It's all of these good things that lead to hopefully winners, at least good information. Wetzel, take it away.
All right, time for our 5 best trends for tonight's games that we were able to drum up. So 5 on the line. Here we go. All right, we're going to start with a game that's already underway, but that's okay because I do like them even laying a 1.5, and that's Carolina taking on Washington tonight. Game 4, they're 37-10 at home this year. They're undefeated at home in the postseason, including a win over Washington. 13-2 their last 15 home games. They've outscored Washington, including the 1 goal tonight, 14-3 in the 3+ games they faced Washington and Carolina. So the number's going to be big. Where are we going to go, boys? I mean, obviously, you're going to go Carolina. So lay the 1.5 if you want to. It was minus 275. I was hoping we were able to squeeze this in before anyone scored, but they completed the first period already. In fact, they just started the second period. Lay the goal and a half at minus 152. Washington is not winning tonight. They just don't win in Carolina, and Carolina is just basically unbeatable at home.
3 games so far in the series. All 3 have gone under. I'll ask you after we finish 5 on the line in the next segment whether you like under hockey games or over hockey games better. But what's number 4?
All right, number 4 on our list from 5 down to 1. NHL again. How about the game 2, Las Vegas and Edmonton? No great trends in that game, so we delved into the player props. How about Evander Kane? You see it there. 3 shots on goal in 4 games of the 7 he's played this postseason, and more importantly, in 7 of the 9 games he's faced Las Vegas this season and last season. 7 out of 9. And the one that he didn't, he had 7 shots that just weren't on net. And then last game, he had none. So there is no way in the world this dude's not going to come out flying tonight. He loves putting pucks on the net against Las Vegas. So where are we going to go? Evander Kane, over 2.5 shots on goal.
I like this. Shots on goal prop, the kids call it a SOG. So let's get 3 SOGs tonight and get that one done. We don't have to worry about whether they go in the net or not. What's next on number 3?
SOGs, huh? These kids are something. All right, baseball. We got to switch over to baseball. Stankies in Seattle. Their second home away from home, if you will. They own the Mariners, especially for whatever reason in Seattle. 13-6 their last 19 against Seattle. They're also, oh, by the way, in a 4-1 run. And, oh, by the way, Seattle is just 2-5 their last 7. Add it all up. Where are we going to go? Stankies, minus the 148. They're playing good ball to win again at Seattle.
This would be the first time all season that Seattle has lost 4 games in a row. They couldn't score any runs against Toronto. This one might be an over, but I like the Yankees with you.
Okay. Next one, number 2 on our countdown, 5 down to 1. 5 best trends. Kansas City, under this season, 27-14-1, the number 2 under team in all of baseball. Houston, 12-9 under at home this season. So put them both together. Where are we going to go? Only natural. Give us the under 8, Kansas City at Houston.
Got to be another one I really like. Don't expect much runs. The under games like that are hard to pick winners. Just go with the total. I like it. What's number 1?
All right, that leaves us with just one. The creme de la creme coup de grace, number one trend on 5 on the line tonight. Ah, yes, the San Diego Padres, minus 205, little big number. Why? Because the Angels stink? No, although not right, exactly. Because the Padres are good? No, not really. It's because the Angels are so bad, Dave. They've lost 9 straight road games. Got to go Padres tonight.
I'm good with the money line, and rarely am I saying that you should lay the 1.5 with the home team, but I think the Padres get this done today and win by a 1.5.
Yeah. San Diego, the play, especially after they got embarrassed. So we got Carolina, lay the 1.5 if you need to. Evander Kane over 2.5 shots. Stanky's on the road against Seattle, under Kansas City, Houston, and then San Diego minus the 205, or lay the 1.5 if you want against the LA Angels. Our 5 on the line. Cha-ching, cha-ching, best friends. Ooh.
2-0 Carolina.
There you go. We'll update the odds when we come back.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave, hour number one, just getting underway on a marvelous Monday, a money-making Monday, hopefully at a even series Monday. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Good news, bad news for Celtic fans. The good news is they're leading. The bad news is they're leading after what we've seen 2 of the first 3 games. Let's talk a little NBA with our good buddy Adam Kaufman, who is a fellow Celtic fan. I'm not sure, Adam, are you happy the Celtics are up double digits early on, or would you rather have this be a close game?
Look, I know where you're coming from, and we heard it in Game 3 when the Celtics went up by 20. All the jokes on social media. The Knicks got them right where they want them after obviously Boston blew 20-point leads each of the first 2 games. But yeah, Scott, of course, I'd rather they be up double digits than down double digits. And right now they're shooting lights out. They hit 4 3-pointers in the final minute and a half of the opening quarter to jump ahead by 11 after New York had taken a very brief lead. And very brief is sort of representative, despite the fact that Boston is looking for a 2-2 series to make this a best of 3, representative of what we've seen in this series in general. New York has led for a grand total of like 13 minutes this entire series. There's no mystery as to which team is the better, more capable, deeper team. And I'll tell you what, if this does get much worse, because I know it's early, we still have nearly 3 full quarters to go in this one, but if this does turn into another 20-point Boston advantage, as I firmly believe it will for the 4th time in as many games, it's going to get quiet there at Madison Square Garden, and fans are not going to know how to react.
What do you think the series price is if Boston wins? We were debating that.
God, wasn't it like minus 370 or something coming into this game?
Coming into this game, it was anywhere on the low end, minus 280 to up to 3-1. There was 320 floating around. But do we go back to the original series price? With 2 of the 3 games at Boston, Adam, I contended that the Knicks had to win tonight to win the series. I don't think they win the series at all if they don't win tonight. What do you think the series price is? And if the Celtics win, is it over?
Well, I think what's worth noting, and you know this, obviously, the former bookmaker that you are, Boston coming into the series was what, minus 900, minus 1,000 to win the thing, somewhere along those lines. And obviously, New York takes the first 2 games down 2-0 at home, having to go on the road, and Boston was still, after a little bit of line movement going into Game 3, the very narrow favorite to win the series, which tells you everything you need to know about how Vegas views this series. So sure, if Boston, after the 31-point lead, but double-digit win going away in Game 3, if we get something similar tonight and all of a sudden it's a best of 3 going back to Boston where once again they've regained home court advantage, sure, minus 800 is probably the floor, and I think 900 is very realistic.
It'll be the most lopsided 2-2 series maybe in the history of the NBA playoffs. Right? I mean, it'll be
I don't know. What's Oklahoma City and Denver right now? I bet OKC is probably minus 650 or something crazy like that.
I wouldn't say so. I'll tell you. You're right. You're right, Adam. Minus 620. I didn't think it would be that big. All right. How about second game tonight? Can Golden State even things up without Steph Curry? 4.5-point home dogs. That number is going lower. No. I'm amazed.
No. Of course not. No, take Minnesota, maybe first half spread. I would consider the full game as well. But for me, the way I went into this was I did a Boston, Minnesota 2-leg money line parlay, which was even money or even a little bit better. I think I got it plus 101 when I invested earlier today. This to me is just better teams get the job done. We see Boston turn this into a 2-2 set, and Minnesota, I've been saying, I don't know how many times I've said this to you guys in recent days. Even after Golden State went up 1-0 in that series, when they lost Steph Curry, and I was surprised Minnesota didn't come back and win that game, my feeling even still was the Timberwolves are not going to lose a game the rest of this series. They go out, they blew doors in game 2 as expected. You know, they rebounded efficiently at home, covered the number in like every quarter, half of that game, full game obviously as well. And then it was a battle there in San Francisco at Golden State there in game 3. Timberwolves had to come back late. Anthony Edwards turned it on. You got a very good game out of Julius Randle as well. And I think maybe that scared them into a proper response here in game 4. I'm not saying it's going to be this 20-point win. Not that that would shock me. I mean, I don't think Jimmy Butler's going to repeat what he just did. I don't think Jonathan Kuminga is going to repeat what he just did. So I think the Timberwolves win this game. I think they win it ultimately going away, and we see 3-1 and eventually, obviously, a 4-1 gentleman's sweep.
Is it over in Indiana? Is it? I mean, what we
Yes.
saw yesterday, it's done, right? Like Indiana wins it.
It's done.
In 5 or 6.
I've been having this fight with a friend of mine over text all day because he just has talked himself into still believing in the Cavaliers' ability to come back and win this series. I can't get there if for no other reason, guys, than because I liked Indiana going into the series. So, of course, I like the Pacers when it's 3-1. The Cavs are dealing with so many injuries, most recently Donovan Mitchell, now with this one that he suffered that cost him the second half, you know, like injury/pride, ego, right? Like, that's why he didn't go back into that game when they were down 41 or whatever it was at halftime. But he's not right. Even if he does play and gut it out, and commend him for it in this next game, backs against the wall situation, he's not close to 100%, and neither's Evan Mobley, neither's Darius Garland, neither's DeAndre Hunter. Injuries can sink championship runs, right? I mean, we see it every year. I mean, how many times have the Bucks been through it in recent years, including this year? Not that I thought they were going to win the title, but you lose Damian Lillard, and that's significant. The Cavs are down, you know, effectively. I know these guys are playing, but again, they're not remotely close to full strength. They're down 4 out of their top 6-7 players. So yeah, the way that Indy is playing with a chip on its shoulder, incredibly frisky, resilient, healthy, this team is going to finish this thing off. Even if it doesn't happen in 5 back in Cleveland, it'll certainly happen in Indy in game 6. Indy's moving on.
All right, only 10 seconds. Our poll question of the night: is the NBA draft lottery on the up and up? No freaking way. Yes, absolutely. Not sure, but open to it. Where are you voting?
I guess I'll go not sure, but open to it. Look, is it rigged? In all likelihood, it's not. But does it feel like it is? Absolutely. Nico has made a deal with the devil, and it got him Cooper Flag.
Vegas knows how to show love to our everyday heroes. So if you're a first responder, you are in for some perks. Lots of hotels and casino offer big discounts to any first responders who can show valid work or volunteer ID. So treat yourself to a discounted stay. You deserve it. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The Warriors' future was uncertain. Are they going to break it up? Steve Kerr coming back. They get Jimmy Butler, and they surge all the way through, and now they're through the first round.
The Warriors have guys, because of how special their star 3 trio is, they can make the guys around them better, and they can elevate the way that they play. And we saw that. Steph Curry, 3 points in the first half, steps up in the second half, 19 points in the second half to carry them home.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Under him was Sharon Moore, who also participated in the cheating scandal with Connor Stallions. So you know what happens to him? He doesn't lose his job. He doesn't get a 10-year show cause. He gets to keep his job, and they go, we're just going to suspend you for 2 games next season.
Now, all of a sudden, they're coming out with everything that we knew to be pretty much true when it was happening. Yeah, they were cheating. It was like Belichick and the videotapes, right?
The early line. Only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. In-game live, game day here on the grid. Hour number 1, Scott and Dave really just getting underway. Thanks to Adam Kaufman for joining us there for a couple of moments, getting some thoughts on the NBA. We got NHL, 2-0 Carolina. We'll update the odds on all that stuff. Check out the baseball board as well. But first up, little SGP same game parlay time. I've got a limited number of games that have yet to begin, Dave, so let's use the baseball game on the left coast. San Diego taking on the pathetic LA Angels. Why not? What an embarrassing performance by the Padres yesterday at Colorado, somehow or another losing as 3.5-1 road favorites. So last game of a road trip, they're back home. And then they're going to beat up an Angels team that has lost 9 straight, as we heard on the 5 on the line. 9 straight road games. Let's go San Diego. Won't get too crazy. Won't lay the run and a half at -205. If they're going to win, chances are pretty good they're going to get 5 runs. They're at home, so over 4.5 runs Padres. Then we're going to go Jackson Merrill to record 2 total bases. Not 1, but 2. Why? Because the dude has been on fire. He's got 2 hits or more in 7 of his last 8 games. I mean, that is just phenomenal. Then we're going to go with Fernando Tatis to get a run. -165. He leads the team in runs with 33. He's their leadoff hitter, so chances are pretty good if they're going to win, he's going to score at least 1. And then we'll go with Kikuchi on the other side, the pitcher for the Angels, under 4.5 strikeouts, as the Padres are the number. I got to figure out how to say this correctly. They strike out the least out of all teams. They're number 1 at the bottom of the list. So add it all up, and it's we put it earlier. It was like 6.5-1. Then it jumped up to 8-1. Then it fell back down to 7-1. So in that 7 to 8-1 range right now, at least on FanDuel.
I like it. I like this one a lot. I was looking at this earlier as far as the game, and I mean, there's not many positives that we can come up with to say, you know what, you should take the Angels. 25 of their next 28 games come against teams with winning records, starting with these 3. They've lost 18 of their last 25 games dating back to April 13th. Only the Rockies have a worse record than that.
Wow.
This should be one of those like return home after a nice successful road trip. I mean, the Padres were on the road for 9 days. They come home. It's a short trip back from Colorado. Just get down there and go mash. Like this feels like one of those to get a lefty starter and hit a couple bombs. I don't know. I might pick a guy or 2 tonight in the lineup to hit a home run. You got what do we need? The team total over. We got this looks like the winner. Yeah, this is which one are you concerned about?
Just because it is, but they played a day game yesterday. So, I mean, they had time to get home last night, be with the family, be with the girlfriends, be with the side, pieces and get all that stuff out of the way. And then it's back to baseball this afternoon. So, but that would be the one. Kikuchi, I don't think they would let him out to dry since this is game 1. You wouldn't want to burn up a bullpen. I understand that. But, he should stay under the 4.5 strikeouts. Maybe Jackson Merrill, but he's been on fire. Top of that Padre lineup has just been on fire if you look at the guys. So I guess it would be Kikuchi just because maybe he stays out there forever and gets 5 strikeouts by accident.
Okay.
Maybe that would be the one. Tatis is going to score. He's been on fire. He's going to get on base. Merrill's going to get his 2 bases. He get that in 1 hit. Yeah, that would be the one. Or unless San Diego just, first game back, long road trip, still doesn't have their legs underneath them. Maybe that would be the one.
Fair.
But
I mean, I think King pitches well. I really do. I think King pitches well. So I don't know. I got a question for you before we get to the next break. If I gave you this one, all right, I give you, let me pull it back up because I had it right here. If I told you a starter today was on the road, okay, but I want to get the official stat. Here it is right here. All right. He's 1-5 with a 5.36 ERA in 9 career starts at this ballpark, with his team losing 8 of those 9 contests. Would he be favored?
I wouldn't think so. You wouldn't be asking me, though, if he wasn't. So I'm going to assume he was. But, boy, that would be a tough road favorite. I'll tell you that. Who was it?
Well, you're going to have to wait for the answer after the break. But I can tell you this.
Okay.
I can tell you this. Yeah. That's a home dog that you want to bet.
Yes. I'll tell you who it is when we go back.
to show love to our everyday heroes. So if you're a first responder, you are in for some perks. Lots of hotels and casino offer big discounts to any first responders who can show valid work or volunteer ID. So treat yourself to a discounted stay. You deserve it. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The Warriors' future was uncertain. Are they going to break it up? Steve Kerr coming back. They get Jimmy Butler, and they surge all the way through, and now they're through the first round.
The Warriors have guys, because of how special their star trio is, they can make the guys around them better. They can elevate the way that they play. And we saw that. Steph Curry, 3 points in the first half, steps up in the second half, 19 points in the second half to carry them home.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Under him was Sharon Moore, who also participated in the cheating scandal with Connor Stallions. So you know what happens to him? He doesn't lose his job. He doesn't get a 10-year show cause. He gets to keep his job, and they go, we're just going to suspend you for 2 games next season.
Now, all of a sudden, they're coming out with everything that we knew to be pretty much true when it was happening. Yeah, they were cheating. It was like Belichick and the videotapes, right?
The early line. Only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
Rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Midway through hour number 1 of our 2-hour extravaganza this Monday night with playoff hockey, playoff NBA, and then a full slate of baseball games. So we'll get back to the playoff stuff in a second, but Dave offered up a little pop quiz here. Road favorite with a pitcher who's 1-5, and he's lost, 7 of 8 decisions against the team he's facing. Not too many road favorites tonight. So
right. So
I was going to say Red Sox, but they were okay.
It's 1 of 2. We'll get to the Red Sox in a second. I was hoping that maybe you could play first base. You did talk about having the footwork down. I mean, this guy won't play first base, but it can't help him give up all those runs. So it's either the Yankees at the Mariners or the Diamondbacks at the Giants. I have the New York Mets hat on. I have an orange jersey on. It is the Mets throwback, by the way. It's absolute work of art. Yeah. Which one is it? Is it the Yankees or is it the Diamondbacks?
I'll say it's the Stanks. Cole Schmidt.
Okay. It is not.
At Seattle.
It is not.
No,
Merrill Kelly. Nope. 1-5 is 5.36 ERA. That's 29 earned and 48 and 2/3 innings. 9 career starts at Oracle Park. Arizona's lost 8 of those 9. That means something to me. Like, that is surprising that they're favored. Now, you have to consider Justin Verlander is still searching for that first win in his 9th start with the Giants. So this is like one of those where the trends kind of cross the streams and all that other stuff. I like the Giants. I'll put that one out there. I think Verlander gets the win. I might even bet him to get the win tonight.
Wow. He's pitched okay. Not great. Not Justin Verlander like we remember, but, now these guys only go 5-6 innings nowadays, right? So
correct.
If you gave a 3 runs in 7 innings, that's a pretty good start. But 3 runs in 5, that's really not great. But for today's standard, 3 runs in 5, 2 and 6, 1 and 6. He had a rough little start at the beginning of the year, 4, 6, 3 and 2. And he was getting bounced around a little bit. But his last 3, 4 starts have actually been halfway decent.
I have his last 4 starts are a 2.70 ERA. That's 7 earned and 23 and a third. So right there, just didn't get the run support and wasn't in the game long enough, I think, once to get the win. But that's okay. Giants are live tonight. I think the Yankees crushed Seattle. I think you catch the Mariners at the right time if you're the Yankees coming off the series in in Sacramento against the Athletics. 4-1 in the last 5 for the Yankees. 6-1 to the over in their last 7 for Seattle. So Yankees and over for me in that one. What about you?
I like the Stanks. They're playing good ball. Seattle's not. If you get swept by Toronto at home, something's not right, right? I don't think you just turn things on all of a sudden. I agree with the Giants. They're at home. I'll take them. Diamondbacks coming off a nice 2-2 split with the LA Dodgers, albeit at home. But still, that's nothing to be ashamed with that. But they just seem to be in this funk. They're not playing well on the road. So give me San Francisco, which seems to be playing much, much better at home. And then we got our favorite whipping boys in action. Talk about conflicting trends. I will tell you, Colorado's off to a 1-0 lead. We got our manager's fired system in play tonight. So, and you talk about like a true testament to the system. If you're putting your hard-earned American money on Colorado tonight, you got to really, really believe in the system, right? So, it's kind of weird. They stink, so there's a reason to bet Texas there. But then you got the manager's fired system, so there's a reason to bet Colorado. Colorado's on an 8-0 under, or check that 8-0 over run, so you want to bet the over, right? But then you find out Texas is the number 1 under team in all the baseball, so you got a couple of like conflicting, real solid trends. So I'm curious to see how this one plays out. If Colorado wins, I will never, ever, ever in the history of managers and head coaches being fired will I ever not bet the coach's fired system.
This is the ultimate. This is the ultimate test in that trend, and we will see. I hope you didn't take the Red Sox even plus a run and a half. I mean, this is one of those situations where I got buddies watching a show right now. I got my guy Butchie, my other guy PB. They're all texting me right now. Should I take 11 and a half with the Red Sox? I mean,
wow.
What? I thought they were messing with me. I was like, what do you mean 11 and a half? I just clicked refresh. It's 11 and a half right now. Well, you could. I'm glad you waited because now it's 12 and a half. The Tigers just scored again. It's now 13-1. So hopefully you didn't take 11 and a half because now you can take 12 and a half. What the hell's going on in Boston? Or actually the game's in Detroit, but what is this?
I would say take it, or don't, or actually lay it just because if the philosophy is going to be the same with this pitcher, Newcomb, who's pitching, as it was with the starting pitcher, Hawk, then he's going to be in there forever. So I don't know why teams do this, Dave. We mentioned in a break. There was a team that did it over the weekend, too. I forget which team it was. But they left the starting pitcher in there, gave up 13 runs, and it was just like, what is the point of that? He doesn't have it. Take him out of the game. And same thing with Hawk tonight. He gave up 11 runs, 11 on 9 hits and 3 walks in 2 1/3 innings. He doesn't have it. Even the best pitchers in the world just have bad games. Yank the poor guy, right? I mean, How many runs and how many hits and how many walks do you need to make you realize the guy just doesn't have it tonight? So you put him out there and you get embarrassed like that? And same thing with Newcomb. He's given up 7 hits in 3 1/3 innings. So again, if they're just going to say we don't want to use up our bullpen and stay number 1 of a series, then Detroit could put 15, 16 runs on the board. And I don't think the Red Sox are going to score that much. This game's over for them. So
it's one of those situations too. A lot of times they don't want to burn a bullpen and put another guy in, but I don't buy that.
Me neither.
You might want to lay it because if you get a position player to come in and throw the 8th, this could end up like that game earlier in the season when Cincinnati, I think, scored 22. San Diego over the weekend finished the game 21-0.
1-0.
I mean, it was literally batting practice for these guys. It looked like slow pitch softball. The Mets and Pirates, by the way, the Mets and Pirates are tied 1-1, top of the 6th. The Cardinals just went ahead of the Phillies 3-2 in the 7th.
How about that?
That's a pretty good baseball game. Cardinals are playing. I would argue their best baseball of the season right now. I love Sanchez. Yeah, I absolutely love Sanchez. But that was a pretty juicy price today if you were looking at that pregame. On the card.
We gave that out to the boys on the podcast. That was the double system play. So you got 8 straight wins. Well, you're going for the 9th straight win, and Philadelphia played Sunday night in Cleveland. Now, it's not far from Philly to Cleveland, and it was an early game, or a quick game, rather, but it's the old anti-Sunday night, play the next day if you're traveling, which they are, system. So you had two systems favored St. Louis at plus 150. Now they're minus 150.
What's the name of your podcast again for all the loyal listeners, the LLs?
Scott Wetzel Show. Just go to Patreon. Only costs you a couple dollars.
Scott Wetzel
Best
Show.
couple dollars you'll ever get.
You'll find all those different
winners.
things. I mean, yeah.
Yes.
Scott's gambling theories, different things available. Merch, life stories, all kind of things. Yeah, I love it. I love when you unearth one of those things on there as well. Did you have the Braves today against Washington?
No, laid off that.
Okay.
They were too big a favorite. Braves aren't playing well. I thought they would win, but I didn't want to lay that. So I figured if they can lose 2 or 3 to Pittsburgh, they can lose to Washington.
Hey, we're back, baby. They got a new manager. Pittsburgh is back.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Back. They're back, all right. Check out the hockey board, basketball board when we come back.
Vegas knows how to show love to our everyday heroes. So if you're a first responder, you are in for some perks. Lots of hotels and casino offer big discounts to any first responders who can show valid work or volunteer ID. So treat yourself to a discounted stay. You deserve it. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The Warriors' future was uncertain. Are they going to break it up? Steve Kerr coming back. They get Jimmy Butler, and they surge all the way through, and now they're through the first round.
The Warriors have guys, because of how special their star trio is, they can make the guys around them better, and they can elevate the way that they play. And we saw that. Steph Curry, 3 points in the first half, steps up in the second half, 19 points in the second half to carry them home.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Under him was Sharon Moore, who also participated in the cheating scandal with Connor Stallions. So you know what happens to him? He doesn't lose his job. He doesn't get a 10-year show cause. He gets to keep his job, and they go, we're just going to suspend you for 2 games next season.
Now, all of a sudden, they're coming out with everything that we knew to be pretty much true when it was happening. Yeah, they were cheating. It was like Belichick and the videotapes, right?
The early line. Only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid on a marvelous Monday evening. A lot going on. SGPs, we got our Black Cloud coming up in a little bit. We got our 5 unaligned best trends, and we got our poll question of the night with the NBA draft lottery with the Dallas Mavericks, in case you missed it, with a 1.8% chance, the 4th worst in the history of the draft lottery to win this thing tonight, and they do. And not only do they win, Dave, The worst, this is what I was alluding to when I said all that losing for nothing. The way it's situated, it's a complicated thing, but the bottom line is the 3 worst teams get the same highest percentage, and they're guaranteed not to fall. They only draft lottery the first 3. It used to be you draft all 16 losing teams, right? They only do the first 3, right. And then after that, it just goes by record. So if you're the 1, 2, and 3, you're guaranteed of not falling lower than 4, 5, 6, right? Because you're only drafted 3. But the chances of that happening, 3 upsets, right? It's not going to happen. It happens. It had
happened.
Not only did the Wizards, Utah Jazz, and whoever the 3rd worst team was not get the number 1, they didn't get the number 2, and they didn't get the number 3. So anyway, our poll question of the night is the draft lottery on the up and up? No freaking way. Yes, absolutely it is. And not sure, but I'm open to it. So no freaking way is it on the up and up is the clear-cut winner so far. Early on, we got about 50 votes. We just put it out there at 66%. No, not sure, but open to it is 23%. And then, yes, absolutely, it's on the up and up, only 10%. Only 10% of America thinks the NBA draft lottery is legit. How funny is that?
It's, yeah. Listen, they do it to themselves. It's crazy that Dallas trades Luka in the middle of the night and then somehow ends up with the number 1 pick, Cooper Flagg. The worst 3 teams in the NBA from the bottom were the Jazz, then the Wizards,
Jazz was the other one,
and then the
right.
Charlotte Hornets.
Charlotte.
All right, the Charlotte Hornets were, yep. And then the next one was the Pelicans. And then the next one after that was the Sixers, who did get the 3rd pick, right? I believe the Sixers got the 3rd pick. Then it was the Nets. Then it was the Raptors. Then the San Antonio Spurs. And now you got to keep going up the list. Trailblazers, Suns, Heat, and then the Dallas Mavericks. This is a huge upset. This is gigantic.
Huge.
This is one of those ones they're going to be talking about for years, like they did with Patrick Ewing. I mean, that frozen envelope story was forever. I remember hearing, right?
Yeah,
come on.
And it made all the sense in the world, right? Some people said, there were certain end corners that were chipped and this and that. I was like, no, too many people could see that. They put the thinking was that they put the Knicks one in a refrigerator freezer, make that the cold one. He knew that was the one that was the Knicks, and made sure not to draft that one until the very end. So I do believe that. I really do. But I know it is kind of. Here's this: would you trade Cooper Flagg or the number 1 pick to the Bucks for Giannis?
Wowza!
Now Giannis is supposedly running out, or at least once out. They got him locked in. Yeah. Would you do that?
So if we do that, do we get to keep Giannis for a while, or does he have flexibility or whatever to get out?
No, he's locked in. He's locked in for Milwaukee for at least 2, I think it's 3 more years. But you know how these spoiled players are. They start grumbling, and teams feel compelled to, do what they want. But in reality, they don't have to. But I'm pretty sure you got him locked in for at least 2 more years, if not 3.
Damn, that's a hard one. I think you make the trade. I do. As good as Cooper Flagg and as young as he is, and one of those guys that's probably going to be in the league at least 10 plus years. If we're trying to win now with that roster in Dallas, a lot of injuries, I think it might go get that guy. Right?
Kyrie coming back, hopefully, AD, Giannis, every free agent in the world would want to go play there to go get themselves a ring, right?
That's pretty good in the West. Yeah, that's pretty good. And Dallas has, been one of those places that have been a player's destination for a long time. I don't know if it's still that way, but a lot of guys want to go there. No state income tax. Dallas is in the middle of the country. The travel's not nearly as bad. Wow, that would be big. It's not big. The Carolina and Washington game is under on an under pace. It's 2-0 after 2. All 3 games went under so far in the series. This one looks like it's going to go under. I want to ask you this: do you prefer, as a hockey guy, a game or a series like Washington and Carolina, where the games go under and you're on the edge of your seat every second of every shift because you don't get many goals, or you prefer the Western Conference game, which I alleviated to would be like a Smythe Division game between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Edmonton Oilers, where they trade goals and every game has gone over 3 of 3 so far, and the total tonight is 6.5. By the way, which one do you like better?
Oh, it's no brainer. I'll take Vegas Edmonton. I mean, I don't mind a 2-0, 2-1, 3-1 game. I don't. But if I had my druthers, give me the 5-4 game. I don't want ridiculous 8-6. But so I throw out the 1-0 as well. So it's like a 3-1 versus a 4-3. Give me the 4-3. Got to have at least the ability or the thinking that a team can come back down a goal or two. Like the chances of Washington coming back tonight, they haven't scored in 5 periods. They're not coming back tonight down 2 goals even. That game is over. I think
so. Yeah.
So give me the higher.
Is that series over? Is that series over after Carolina wins this? 3-1?
I would say yeah. Right? I mean, could Washington win game 5? Yeah. They played well the first 2 games, but they're not going to beat Carolina. They're 0-3. They're in the process of being 0-4. They were outscored 13-3 coming into tonight, so add the 2 goals tonight. They've been outscored 15-3 in Carolina. Carolina's tough at home. They're not going to. They'd have to win, obviously, 1 at home.
Tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chances is, does it end in 5 or 6? Do they have the wherewithal to win a game 5? They get shut out in back-to-back games.
Yeah, that's not
interesting. Yeah. All right,
Pirates still tied.
Play of the day. There you go.
Vegas knows how to show love to our everyday heroes. So if you're a first responder, you are in for some perks. Lots of hotels and casino offer big discounts to any first responders who can show valid work or volunteer ID. So treat yourself to a discounted stay. You deserve it. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The Warriors' future was uncertain. Are they going to break it up? Steve Kerr coming back. They get Jimmy Butler, and they surge all the way through, and now they're through the first round.
The Warriors have guys, because of how special their star 3 trio is, they can make the guys around them better. They can elevate the way that they played. And we saw that. Steph Curry, 3 points in the first half, steps up in the second half, 19 points in the second half to carry them home.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Under him was Sharon Moore, who also participated in the cheating scandal with Connor Stallions. So you know what happens to him? He doesn't lose his job. He doesn't get a 10-year show cause. He gets to keep his job, and they go, we're just going to suspend you for 2 games next season.
Now, all of a sudden, they're coming out with everything that we knew to be pretty much true when it was happening. Yeah, they were cheating. It was like Belichick and the videotapes, right?
The early line. Only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave closing out hour number 1. You know what time it is. Time for our best play on the board. Our Black Cloud cannot lose play of the night. We don't do this often. In fact, this may be the very first time we are not only doubling down, we are tripling down on the San Diego LA Angels game. Dave, we gave out the game San Diego as our number one trend play with the Angels losing 9 straight road games. We gave out San Diego in our SGP with our same game parlay. At our Black Cloud play of the night, can't lose. Right back on the Padres. Minus 205 at home against the Angels. Padres 14-4 at home this year. LA 16-23. They're in last place in the AL West. They've lost 9 straight road games. They stink. So let's capitalize on this series and go with San Diego minus 205. Black Cloud play of the day. Can't lose, right? There's no way they're losing.
I get so nervous when you say it can't lose before it actually plays, but you come with it very confidently. I like it. I got to put my glasses on though, because if people are watching, I need a reason why this loses. I think they cover on the run line. But if you're watching the show and you have Twitter X, come at us. I'm at Sports BK and Sig. Scott is at Opposite Picks, the show at SportsGrid, at SportsGrid TV. Tag all of it, and we'll communicate with you. I don't think there's going to be too many people that would say that the Angels are going to win this baseball game today. So I think we got the people behind the Black Cloud play of the night. I think this will be one of the biggest needs on the baseball board for the entire night for any sports book, not just out west. But this is like the Hawaii game during football season, right? This is everybody's get-back game, right? Just throw the
San Jose
Padres in there.
State.
Oh,
just
baby.
San Diego State or San Jose, Fresno State, whoever's playing Hawaii, just bet against them, right? Against Hawaii. Yeah. So this is it. Hopefully we don't just break even. Hopefully you can win on the other stuff, and this one just is actual profit versus just breaking even. Keep your fingers crossed. All right, we got a second hockey game coming up here in a little bit. Vegas and Edmonton, first game, basically over 2-0 after 2, right? So we'll throw out some hockey props on the other side, but let me throw some hockey, those goofy things that we always throw out there.
Puck drop specials?
Puck drop specials. Yes. The old puck drop specials.
Yeah.
But I'll ask you first, Edmonton and Vegas. Who do you like to win the game? Edmonton a minus 130 favorite.
I'll tell you what I did last game in game 3, the power of game 3 in the second round on in the NHL playoffs has been a staple for sharp guys, wise guys, bad guys. They all love to play it. And I loved when they bet the other side. When we needed it as a book, we tried to need the home team. Edmonton was the only one of the 4 that did not win the game. No matter what happens in games 1 and 2, the home team usually wins game 3 because of the emotion and everything else, especially because they get out to a lead, which is what Edmonton did exactly. They got out to a 2-0 lead, and I had Edmonton. I was home by myself with the dog. My wife and daughter were at bowling night up at the casino. I took 2.5 with the Knights, and I took a little money line because it moves so much because of the way these games play out. I think there will be multiple opportunities tonight. I actually think I'm buying into the Knights winning the second game because of the goaltending situation with Edmonton. How about you?
I'd like to see Vegas win, but I like Edmonton. They got to be just chomping at the bit, just upset, blowing a 2-goal lead in game 3, then losing with the second left, right, after it was deflected in by somebody on their own team. Draisaitl, 0.4 left. I mean, wow. If this team doesn't come out flying, I'm not a big period player, but I would play first period Edmonton, right? I think they come out flying. So I like Edmonton. I am a little surprised they were low favorites game 3, but that was kind of like desperation season series on the line for Vegas. Now it's 2-1, and Edmonton is still only a 30 home favorite. They really like this Vegas team. They really think that they're begging for Vegas or Edmonton money, the way I see it. So, but I like it.
If the goaltending situation, if Picard was playing, I think they'd be a little bit higher. I think they, the lines maker, odds maker would think that the bounce back thing would be real. But the Skinner starting in net for the Oilers, they're 0-3 in the playoffs with Skinner starting in net. Hasn't won a playoff game yet. Tough spot.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I like Evander Kane over 2.5 Scots. Noah Hannafin over 1.5 for Vegas. Hour number 2 coming up next.
Vecchio.
Vegas knows how to show love to our everyday heroes. So if you're a first responder, you are in for some perks. Lots of hotels and casino offer big discounts to any first responders who can show valid work or volunteer ID. So treat yourself to a discounted stay. You deserve it. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The Warriors' future was uncertain. Are they going to break it up? Steve Kerr coming back. They get Jimmy Butler, and they surge all the way through, and now they're through the first round.
The Warriors have guys, because of how special their star trio is, they can make the guys around them better. They can elevate the way that they play. And we saw that. Steph Curry, 3 points in the first half, steps up in the second half, 19 points in the second half to carry them home.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Under him was Sharon Moore, who also participated in the cheating scandal with Connor Stallions. So you know what happens to him? He doesn't lose his job. He doesn't get a 10-year show cause. He gets to keep his job, and they go, we're just going to suspend you for 2 games next season.
Now, all of a sudden, they're coming out with everything that we knew to be pretty much true when it was happening. Yeah, they were cheating. It was like Belichick and the videotapes, right?
The early line. Only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in game live. Game day here on the grid. Hour number 2 of our 2-hour extravaganza. Scott and Dave until 10 p.m. Eastern time. We got hockey, we got NBA, we got baseball. I will tell you, I'm trying not to get Celtics lead New York 64-51. When we get into the fourth quarter, then I'll really kind of fret this one. So lay at 11.5 and over under 216.5. We all know it can fall apart quickly. Still Carolina 2-0 over Washington. They get set to start the third period, and we got a full slate of baseball. So Dave, I want to welcome our good buddy Tom Vecchio, SportsGrid radio and TV host. You see it here all the time on the grid. What's going on, Tom? What do you got your eyes on this Monday evening?
Thanks for having me. I'm doing great. I am currently sweating Kyle Tucker on the Cubs to get a hit. I've been going with like a 2-player just to get a hit parlay. It's one of my big plays of the MLB season thus far. So I already got 1.5 of it. Bobby Witt. Need Kyle Tucker come through. We got PCA at the plate now. Sweating that. I got some action, of course, on hockey. I've got some player props with that, with Logan Thompson, the Caps goalie, over 26.5 saves. He has 23 coming into the third. And then Jason Tatum over 15.5 rebounds plus assists. So action all over the place.
Damn, son, I like that. You are all over the place. I mean, in between from Connecticut, the Bell Works, and on the bridges and all that other stuff. I like what you're doing here. We got night baseball. You do the baseball show every Sunday. You and Donnie, great job what you guys are doing. Keep it up. But I got to ask you, I asked Wetzel this question before in the second and last segment here. If I told you a pitcher was 1-5 with a 5.36 ERA in 9 career starts at this ballpark on the road, and his team lost 8 of those 9 contests, would you want to bet that guy if he was favored?
My answer is that I would have to look at the underlying metrics because win-loss doesn't matter to me. ERA doesn't matter to me. I would want to look at his xFIP, I would want to look at, what kind of strikeout rate he has this year, the team he's facing. I think the answer is Merrill Kelly.
This
for
is
the Diamondbacks.
Nice.
Yes. Well done.
He has like ERA and XFIP. The difference, like XFIP accounts for more. Like it's a cleaner stat. Like ERA is kind of a garbage stat. And we can use XFIP as like a leading indicator. So like if a player or a pitcher, I should say, has a 5 ERA, but he has a 3 XFIP, like he's actually pitching better compared to the results that he's actually getting. And he actually should have positive regression down to the 3 XFIP. And now the opposite can be true. If he has a 2 ERA and a 5 XFIP, he's actually getting lucky. He's actually a bad pitcher. So in theory, I would say if he has a 5 ERA, his XFIP is probably around 4.5. So it's kind of a wash. But if you're saying he's a favorite, you probably don't want to be laying juice at that time.
The other guy is Justin Verlander in the San Francisco Giants.
I was going to say, I don't know what the hell you just said. Wow, it's like I'm talking to my wife here. You new guys are like too complicated for me. Too complicated. Wins in the ERA. That's it. What is Sierra? It's a Sierra Mist. It's like a soda, isn't it?
No, then we have Sierra, which is SIERA, which is skill and interactive ERA. Then we have FIP, which is fielder independent pitching. And then we have XFIP, which is expected fielder independent. These are like cleaner stats. Like batting average is a garbage stat. On base is a garbage stat because they don't tell you enough. Like when you look at on base, a walk and a single are equal because he gets on base. It's a yes or no question. When in fact, they're actually very different because with a walk, only 1 run can score. With a single, a ball is in play. That means 2 runs can score. 2 runs score on singles all the time. So the fact that on base weights a single and a walk equally is wrong. So if a walk is 1, that means a single has to be 1.1x because it's factually more valuable.
Makes sense.
Wow.
That makes sense. So I'm always preaching total bases should include walks. I don't know why. Maybe that fits into that formula somewhere along the line. When I'm betting guys that get total bases and he's on base 3 out of 4 at bats, but 2 of them were walks, so my my over 2 is a loser or 2 are over. So it stinks. All right, baseball tonight. Then we'll start there as far as the late games are concerned. You got a couple late games. You got the favorites in Arizona on the road. You got the favorite Stankies on the road. You like any of those 2 games?
Frankly, I think this is just like this has to be a bounce back for the Padres. I know you guys were just touching on it in the last segment before it came on, but listen, it's Coors Field. Team score runs. That's why the Rockies will win games, but the Padres are a significantly better team compared to the Angels. Yusei Kikuchi is not a pitcher you need to be worried about. Michael King is awesome this year. So honestly, I could see you guys were talking about the run line. I think it comes down to a Padres team total maybe. Because when we're talking about the over-under, I think the Padres do, 75% of the work here? When it comes to the total at 7. So, it's 3.5 for the Padres. It is juiced minus 146. Frankly, just give me 4.5 with that offense, plus 134 for their team total, alt team total over 4.5.
Shifted to the ice, Vecchio. We got a series in Washington, Carolina, where all the games are going on. They're tight, low-scoring games. It's 2-0 in the beginning of the third period. Carolina looks like they're going to hold on and win. And then you got the West Coast, and what I like to refer to as Smythe Division hockey. If you don't know what that is, kids, Google it. It was great. The divisions had names. It's 6.5, and all 3 games have gone over. We were talking about that also before the break. Do you have a side, a total, a prop, anything in Knights and Oilers?
So Kyle Tucker just got a triple. I'm super happy. Back to hockey real quick. I want to play the under. I really do. There has to be some concerted effort from the teams and be like, listen, we can't be winning these games 6-4, playing these games 6-4. That is just not playoff hockey. And there has to be an effort because these teams will not advance past Dallas if they're giving up 4 or 5 goals a game. I want to say the under. It's obviously super tough to take. I was on the under yesterday, Scott, as you know, for Dallas and Winnipeg. That didn't come through. So I'm not on a side or total. This morning with Ben and Donnie on the early line, I talked about Leon Draisaitl for a goal. It's plus 100. It's really thin. And Dave, we've talked about value dating back to NFL season with touchdown odds, what I like and what I don't like. Plus 100 is a really thin price for a goal prop. Yeah. I think Draisaitl will make amends for the goal that he allowed, chipped in, whatever you want to call it, with Riley Smith at 0.4 seconds. Obviously, Draisaitl is a fantastic player. We don't have to go into he could score anytime. I want to buy into a little bit of the narrative. He makes amends. It's a pretty thin price at plus 100. I would say shop and find the best way you can.
Have you guys noticed? I know it's a separate issue here. Like I'm looking at Ovechkin. I got his over 2.5 props tonight in 3.5. He had none but 3 misses after 2 periods. I just looked again. Now they're giving him credit for 2 shots on goal and 4 missed shots. I mean, I have seen so many of these box scores, yesterday included, of these shots on goals all changing. Am I imagining that, or these guys don't know what the heck they're doing, Tom? It's amazing.
So, I mean, it's a normal thing in like the regular season, because I bet shot props a ton in the regular season. I think it's amplified in the playoffs just because there's fewer shot attempts overall, just, you know, on a team-to-team basis. So, like, it changes. It gets deflected. It gets tipped by a defender. Then it actually goes to the net, so it actually should qualify. So it happens. I think it's just a little more pronounced in the playoffs.
Yeah. I can tell you this from the sportsbook's point of view, you don't even look at it until it's final because it feels like it changes all the time.
I've had them change on me all the time. I actually cashed a bet when a player actually didn't have a shot and FanDuel made a mistake. Victor Hedman.
Wow. And then
you give the money back?
I don't even, I give it back eventually. I didn't give it back on that.
They know they'll get it back one way or the other. Yeah. 10 seconds. Golden State beat Minnesota or cover?
No chance. No chance. Jaden McDaniels under 12.5 points for Minnesota.
There you go. Tom, great job as always, man. Appreciate a couple minutes. We'll do it again soon. Tom Vecchio, SportsGrid Radio host. More coming up here on the Grid.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Hi, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave, hour number 2. Thanks again, Tom Vecchio, for joining us. Cam Stewart might swing by in about a half hour or so. We'll get some thoughts from him. Here come the Knicks. You knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. I did. Despite the Celtics being up, they had at least a 13, if not 14, maybe even higher lead. We've seen this, play out, obviously. So it's up to 8. It was just down to like 6 a moment ago. 75-67, Celtics lead midway through the third quarter. So they're giving you a pretty good number of 225.5. This is on pace to blow that out the door. I'm surprised, right? I mean, that's 142 points with 7 minutes left. All of a sudden they're going to play defense in the fourth quarter. They might, but I don't get that sense this game. So I love the over there, and I love that at 208. That's going to be a winner. I will say this: every time the Knicks make a little bit of a run, the Celtics seem to kind of like exert. Yeah, it's up to 10 already. Yep. It was down to 6. And it's right back to 10. So
I keep saying the same thing. I got my eye on it, and I was watching it. But while we were on the break, Vinny, give the people what they love. Give the people what they want. We got a goal. Washington got a goal, and it's 2-1. With 13 minutes to go. So I immediately went to the hockey. So you guys are going to have to keep me abreast of what's going on with the basketball because I am locked in and I'm waiting to see if this game, I still don't think it's going over. The 5.5. I don't understand. If it was our book and we knew the first 3 games went under 5.5 and we watched the games, I would stand on a table. I would look at you. I would look at Vincenzo. If Patrick's in there with us too, maybe Matty G, whomever. I say, guys, let's use 5 on the game and let them bet us over. We'll take the bets on the 5. I'm good with that. Would you want to use 5 or would you rather use 5.5?
I don't want to give back people their money, right? So I would use 5.5 and do what they normally do. Although they don't do it too bad. It's locked. Maybe a power play coming up. You gotta put the juice on there. People want to bet the under 5, then it's going to cost you. It's going to be minus 160, 170 versus 5 at even money. The question is a better, which would you prefer? Lands 3-2, you get a push. Lands 3-2 with 5.5, you get a win, but you got to lay a lot more. 3-1 Carolina. Actually, I should be happy about that, but it looks like it's got to get to at least 5, I would think, right? With one empty netter. Well, that didn't take long. I was going to ask
11.5 minutes left. Yeah.
Who's got a better chance? And now that's obvious, but who's got a better chance of coming back and winning, Washington or the Knicks?
I would have said Washington. I would say the Knicks now, but I would have said Washington before that goal was scored. Quietly, nothing has been said in our ears, but I just checked the baseball board and saw that the Pittsburgh Pirates went ahead of the New York Mets 2-1, scoring a run in the 7th inning. Brian Reynolds hit into a force, it looks like, and a run scores. So you get an RBI when you ground out, although maybe not in Vecchio's book with all those stats. Maybe I don't know.
Whoa!
I mean, you put the ball in play.
That's what I was going to be the bad guy.
No, I mean, listen, I love baseball, and I literally need a glossary of how to keep track of the numbers anymore, and the WUBA and the FIBA and the this and the that, everything, all these different names of this stuff. It's worse than calculus was. Trigonometry was hard enough in college and high school and stuff. This is like calculus. Listen, I just need to know if the guy's going to get on base or not, and what you think, and how many times he could possibly do it. That's all I need to know. Or how many times is when I pitch to this guy 0-2, what does he do? I mean, there's stats for everything. You can make these numbers do everything. I don't know. Would you want to take the Mets down 2-1 in the 7th? They're hitting right now.
Mets are, they got the first and third, nobody out too. So,
oh boy,
which is probably why that line is the way it is. Yeah,
that's not.
How about this one? You know how you gave me that little pop quiz? I'll throw one to you.
Bring it to me.
Give me a pitcher who's 2-3 with an ERA close to 8, who plays on a lousy team, who gave up 6 runs in 3 innings his last outing. He's given up this year 5, 9, 6, right? And yet that pitcher is throwing a no-hitter right now.
What? This is possible?
This is possible. Not deep into the game, but deep enough where you say, okay, he's got a no-hitter.
Is this Michael Walker?
Worse than that. It's our favorite little whipping boy.
Oh, is throwing a no-hitter.
Through 5.
Is this the Colorado guy?
The Colorado guy.
The Colorado guy's got a no-hitter through 5?
Through 5. This
Dolander?
guy Dolander, right? I think
Is
he's a
this
rookie.
real?
He's a rookie. Yeah.
Holy crap. Wow.
5 strikeouts, only 1 walk, so there's no perfect game. Through 5. How many pitches? I just clicked the box off. 63 pitches, so he's probably not going to be able to go 9, I wouldn't think. But the dude is throwing a no-hitter.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, this is why baseball is the greatest sport, because something like that can happen. I mean, they closed today. Let me hit refresh on the odds board. I mean, anywhere from, minus 250, 260, 270 for Texas. So you could take 220, 230, 225. Boy, some of these books are minus 260 and plus 215. I don't even know what these spreads are anymore. What are they doing with the gaps in the baseball?
I know.
I mean, what are you making it hard to bet, period?
It's criminal. It should be against the law. It really should have 50, 60, 70 point VIGs. Just crazy. I will say 1-0 that game. Our under. We didn't have that one. Fudge. I thought we had that one. That's right, because Colorado was on an 8-0 overrun. I thought we had the under in part of our trends. We got the under in the Kansas City Houston game. All right, more coming up. Return.
Vegas knows how to show love to our everyday heroes. So if you're a first responder, you are in for some perks. Lots of hotels and casino offer big discounts to any first responders who can show valid work or volunteer ID. So treat yourself to a discounted stay. You deserve it. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The Warriors' future was uncertain. Are they going to break it up? Steve Kerr coming back. They get Jimmy Butler, and they surge all the way through, and now they're through the first round.
The Warriors have guys, because of how special their star 3 trio is, they can make the guys around them better. They can elevate the way that they play. And we saw that. Steph Curry, 3 points in the first half, steps up in the second half, 19 points in the second half to carry them home.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Under him was Sharon Moore, who also participated in the cheating scandal with Connor Stallions. So you know what happens to him? He doesn't lose his job. He doesn't get a 10-year show cause. He gets to keep his job, and they go, we're just going to suspend you for 2 games next season.
Now, all of a sudden, they're coming out with everything that we knew to be pretty much true when it was happening. Yeah, they were cheating. It was like Belichick and the videotapes, right?
The early line. Only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave checking out all the action. Baskets, NBA, it's down to 4. Celtics 83-79. 3.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Again, they're giving you a pretty good number. Over-under is only 228.5. This is going down to I knew it would go down to the wire. Money line, the Knicks are only getting plus 176. They were getting 6-1 not that long ago. So we got that. We got hockey, Dave. 3-1 Carolina, although it's locked up right now. 8.5 minutes left. So we'll see if someone's got a power play or something going on. Second game, we got the Vegas and Edmonton. All right, let's check out. Let's see if we can find some puck drop specials, courtesy of FanDuel, that we could throw a couple of shekels on with this game. How about each team scoring? If you think it's going to be a high-scoring game, right? Each team scoring a goal in each period at 7-1.
Each team scoring a goal in each period.
Yeah.
This one has a shot. I would say no. One period, somebody's putting up a goose egg, but this is going to be close. I think you got a shot at this.
Yeah, I think so too. For 7-1, those are pretty good numbers, right?
Yeah.
How about we'll start with Edmonton? Edmonton scoring a goal each period, plus 170.
Wow, I like that. I mean, I like Edmonton to score in the first. We got to get a goal in the second. I think they score a goal in the third. So I think the second period is the biggest sweat there. And usually the second period is the highest scoring period in a game that goes over because of the long change. So little hockey lingo there for you guys that, didn't get enough of the lingo with the baseball segment with Vecchio. Yeah.
Wow. Second dig. All right. If you like that,
I love Vecchio. Come on, I'm just giving you the business.
I know. I just thought I'll say this for the second time. I thought I was bad. Right. So real quickly, I swear, true story. Right. Saturday afternoon, I get a package at my door. Right. It's a UPS delivery. Right. So small little envelope. Right. And it was for a next door neighbor. Right. Because my number is 16, his number is 18. Right. So I knock on his door. I'd be the Mr. Nice Guy. I don't want to just leave it there. I knock on the door. Real friendly guy. Right. And they drop this off at my mailbox. It should be yours. Right. He looks at it like, I don't think so. I said, well, it's got your address on it. He looks at it for like about a minute. Right. A minute. And then he finally says, oh, yeah, that's my wife. I'm like, what? It took you a minute to figure out your wife's name on an envelope? Really? I thought I was bad. He didn't know. I don't know if it was her maiden name, maybe, but you know your wife's maiden name, right? You shouldn't take you a minute to figure that out. It was her first name, was first and last name. He's like, oh, after about a minute, I swear to God. Oh yeah, that's my wife. Whew.
I mean, maybe maybe he didn't have his reading glasses on or something. Maybe he just didn't see it,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's pretty bizarre. Wow. I love little like aside story time.
Yeah, a little side
when
notes.
you throw it in there for the people. The people love it when we do that, when we kind of veer off the path. Sometimes because the show, listen, we're trying to keep you up to date. There's a lot of things going on with the games and the scores and this and that, but it can't just be that. Every once in a while, there has to be a story, a package being delivered at the wrong thing. So when you get a package at your house and it's not yours, do you take it to the neighbor, or the next street over or whatever it is? Do you physically take it over there, or do you put it back with the post office and let them deliver it?
No, I take it over there. I take it over there. Why not?
Okay.
Mr. Nice Guy. Yeah. That's me. So as long as it's not like down the street or something, but it was right next door.
I mean, if it's down the street, what if it's the next street over? You're number 15 on your street, and they gave you the package on number 15 on the next street over. Do you walk it over?
Oh no! Then I'm opening it and see what it is. Yeah, it might be something good.
Oh!
Yeah, if I can't, walk it, then it's caveat emptor. Let the buyer beware. It went to my house. By the way, because of this, I didn't have to get my wife a Mother's Day present because I left the house feeling so good about. You know what? I actually treat the wife pretty good. At least I recognize my wife's name. So for that, there you go, hon. There's your Mother's Day present.
Happy Mother's Day to all the
Happy
mothers
Mother's
out there.
Day. I recognize your name.
You got to remember their names. What are you doing right now? My goodness. What are the Celtics doing? What are they doing? It's 83-83.
Oh, they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose.
Oh my gosh!
I know they're gonna lose.
Of course, the Mets are
lead.
winning.
Oh, where's the
And-
horn? Can we get the horn on the way out? We'll tell you who scored when we come back.
Vegas knows how to show love to our everyday heroes. So if you're a first responder, you are in for some perks. Lots of hotels and casino offer big discounts to any first responders who can show valid work or volunteer ID. So treat yourself to a discounted stay. You deserve it. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The Warriors' future was uncertain. Are they going to break it up? Steve Kerr coming back. They get Jimmy Butler, and they surge all the way through, and now they're through the first round.
The Warriors have guys, because of how special their star trio is, they can make the guys around them better. They can elevate the way that they play. And we saw that. Steph Curry, 3 points in the first half, steps up in the second half, 19 points in the second half to carry them home.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Under him was Sharon Moore, who also participated in the cheating scandal with Connor Stallions. So you know what happens to him? He doesn't lose his job. He doesn't get a 10-year show cause. He gets to keep his job, and they go, we're just going to suspend you for 2 games next season.
Now, all of a sudden, they're coming out with everything that we knew to be pretty much true when it was happening. Yeah, they were cheating. It was like Belichick and the videotapes, right?
The early line. Only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live Game Day. For the first time in the Knicks-Celtics series, the Knicks lead after 3. You heard that right. 88-85. Celtics have blown another double-digit lead. What else is new? They're actually now underdogs at plus 132. Knicks are minus 170. I tell you, if I didn't have a dog in the fight and if I didn't have such agita with this Celtic team, right, grabbing them plus 132 right now is a halfway decent play. It really is. But even plus 1.5 at plus 102. Although I don't think it's going to be a 1 point. Although it could be. I do think this game is going to go down to the wire. I told the guys on the podcast that. So, but I think I'd grab the one and change. So,
I keep switching back and forth now. Where I'm set up here in my little mini studio, I got one screen that I devote to the game so I can watch it and see what's going on. I went back to the hockey because it's 3-2. There are 6 minutes left. Let me see. Hit refresh.
Ovechkin
5
scored.
and change. Yes, he did. So he got a goal. They had to kill another rest of a penalty, which they did. And now I believe it's going to be 4-on-4. Let me hit refresh. Wow, it's off the board right now. I was seeing if they were offering total.
I got it 6.5 plus odds. For the
Wow.
forward.
So 2 more
Plus
goals.
134. Well, yeah. And we've seen it, right? Theoretically. Well, Washington ties it. Now you got your second goal, right? Because it's 3-3.
Right.
Or you get the 2 empty netters.
Right.
And which we've seen, not often, but we do get it. If you pull a goalie with 2 minutes left, they score a goal 30, 40 seconds in, a minute left or whatever, you're going to pull the goalie again. It's not easy, but you could get 2 empty netters. Or, like I said, Washington ties it. At least they're playing a little better. If they would have walked out of here losing 3-0, then it would have been like series over. But maybe they go back home if they do lose, at least feeling, okay, we could win in Carolina.
It's not over yet.
So,
they can tie this thing up and we get an overtime hockey game, which is my favorite thing of all sports is playoff hockey overtime.
14-1. Want to grab them 14-1?
To play overtime?
No, to win.
Ooh. Well, if you think they got a shot to score, then yes, you have to play that. That'll give you a hell of a sweat when it gets to overtime. You know who can't stand prosperity? The Pittsburgh Pirates. They were up 2-1 right before, and now the Mets scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th. The Mets lead the Pirates 3-2. 2 out in the top of the 8th. I mean, the Buccos just can't hold a lead. The game goes under. It's on another under pace. I feel like it's rinse and repeat. I mean, they changed the manager. That was good. Get the same result. There's the Mets package. It looks great. We were talking briefly about the lottery. Did you see that? The lottery graphic that the boys put together? I mean, how in the world did it end up like this? How did that happen?
I'm pretty sure first time ever, the 3 worst teams didn't get at least one of the top 3 spots. Like I said before, they only do the top 3. They only draw for the top 3. So you have to fall from number 1 with some other team, Dallas. Then you have to fall down to number 2 with another team, San Antonio, and then you have to fall even further with another 3 team that upset the lottery balls. And then they go, okay, 1, 2, 3 after that. That's all that losing. They all the accused tanking, and these teams do. They sit their best players for the second half of the season. They all in hopes in this case of getting Mr. Dookie Pukey, who I don't think is going to be that good. But that said, they do all that losing, and for what? To get the 4th, 5th, and 6th draft choice. It's like what are we doing? We just wasted a whole season. Just goes to show
I
you
don't
never
know what is a better solution. I know that at least this, like the teams that were just tanking and losing, winning 13 games in a season to get the last pick, that's not the answer.
Clearly.
They lose to get an opportunity and get in the lottery and then don't even get one of the top 3 picks. I don't know if that's the answer. There's no league to relegate anybody to. But I think that might be the answer. Motivated, to play up in a league, but there's nowhere to send them. If not, you can't send them to the G League or something like that. But this has to be super frustrating for the teams that are really bad. Where Dallas can get Cooper Flag. Like that's an affect the odds type situation. Where Dallas was really bad and really high, like to win the NBA championship or to win the West, all of a sudden, that's a pretty good core if they bring them all back. So I know somebody would probably come in and bet them to win them, make the playoffs, or who knows, win a division, something like that. Does that affect it for you? I think it does.
A little bit. I mean, I don't think he's going to be great. That's why, if Giannis, forces his way out of Milwaukee, and if Milwaukee says, all right, we got to start all over again, they probably would have to get a little something extra from Dallas. But if Dallas was willing to listen, and I would if I'm Dallas, I can get Giannis. You talk about winning your fan base back. Holy crow. I mean, that's it. Rico, you're the greatest thing in the world now. And if you got Kyrie healthy, he is, 30 plus, blowing out his knee. Another one. It's a possibility.
Carolina.
3-2 it was. Which way did it go?
Yeah.
We got a tie game?
4-2. Nope, 4-2 Carolina. Odd man rush came down before the net could be even thought about, pulling the goalie. It turned into a 3-on-1. It was a clear interference penalty by Carolina. He skated right into the defenseman and, shut him off from even coming close to making a play. And it's now 4-2. The game's over the total for the first time all series.
Yep.
And Carolina's got a stranglehold on this one. I don't think that was Logan Thompson's fault. It was a 3-on-1, and literally the guy took a wrist shot from right between the circles and beat him glove hand. So Wow.
And you know what?
First career
Well, they scored
postseason goal
again.
for Sean Walker, a
Did it
defenseman
again.
for Carolina.
Did it again.
Another one?
Another one.
Was it Carolina again? Was it Carolina?
Yeah. I don't even think it was an empty netter, unless they pulled the goalie that quickly. Let me flip it on. But FanDuel's got it at 5-2. And there's that over 6.5 with minutes to spare. You still got 2.5 minutes. They pull the goalie, you might get 8 goals today. Sean Walker,
Really
that's one
tough.
of our prop guys for tonight.
Really, really tough to bet an under. I mean, it used to be like, there's a lot of people that went to the window today with this game tonight and said under, just keep the streak going.
Yep.
And that one was an empty netter.
It was,
So,
okay. Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
No, 5-2, yeah.
Pull the goalie
Wow.
again?
I don't.
Down
But
3?
I mean, these guys do. I think that's enough.
5-2,
I don't need these
6-2.
fans
What's the
cheering
difference?
like this. What's the difference? The difference is that. Yeah. Forget it.
You know, FanDuel, they effed up a little bit. Or I'm just shrewd. One of the two. Probably a combination
What
of
happened?
both.
Well, of course.
They had, so I'm doing the props, for the show, looking for shots on goal and stuff for the podcast crew. So they got Ovechkin 3.5 plus odds, plus 140. I'm like, all right, I'll take a crack at that. This guy, averages 4.5. I know he hasn't a great series, so I put it in 3.5 plus 140. I keep it up there just because I'm doing different things. And I'm telling you, it flipped to 2.5 minus 188. And I'm like, whoa, 2.5? He's getting 3. Put it in again, laid the big wood, check back 3 minutes later, and it was back to 3.5, and I never saw 2.5 again. One of the rare times he's got 3. And I don't think he's gonna, get another one at this point. One of the rare times I kind of got them with their pants down. How about that? Take that, FanDuel. Cam Stewart, is he coming up? I'm not sure. We'll find out in a minute.
Yep.
Vegas knows how to show love to our everyday heroes. So if you're a first responder, you are in for some perks. Lots of hotels and casino offer big discounts to any first responders who can show valid work or volunteer ID. So treat yourself to a discounted stay. You deserve it. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The Warriors' future was uncertain. Are they going to break it up? Steve Kerr coming back. They get Jimmy Butler, and they surge all the way through, and now they're through the first round.
The Warriors have guys, because of how special their star trio is, they can make the guys around them better. They can elevate the way that they play. And we saw that. Steph Curry, 3 points in the first half, steps up in the second half, 19 points in the second half to carry them home.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Under him was Sharon Moore, who also participated in the cheating scandal with Connor Stallions. So you know what happens to him? He doesn't lose his job. He doesn't get a 10-year show cause. He gets to keep his job, and they go, we're just going to suspend you for 2 games next season.
Now, all of a sudden, they're coming out with everything that we knew to be pretty much true when it was happening. Yeah, they were cheating. It was like Belichick and the videotapes, right?
The early line. Only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5 points live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Couple of finals to pass along before we bring in Cam Stewart. Braves did win. Game was tied. They scored a run in the bottom of the ninth inning to beat Washington 4-3, so hopefully you didn't lay a run and a half. Cardinals get their ninth straight win. Live dogs today, plus 150 at Philadelphia, 3-2. Tigers nipped the Red Sox 14-2. Guards shut out the Brewers 5-zip. And we got everything else that's still going on. That no-hitter we talked about, that's gone. Rangers lead the Rockies 2-1, so that didn't last too long. So with that, let us bring in our good buddy Cam Stewart. Little hockey, little NBA, little baseball with him. What's going on, Cam? How are you tonight, bud?
Doing pretty good, Wetzel. You're looking good. Dave, nice to see you in your Mets gear. Yeah, we're back in business. I'll tell you one thing. I watched this Carolina Hurricanes team play, and they shoot from anywhere. They don't care.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Yes,
That's the
true.
right way to do it. Unlike the loser teams that you know what I mean? Oh, back and forth, back and forth, back. You know what? They get the puck and they shoot the damn puck. That's why they win hockey games. This team is scary right now. I think I had them in, not sure, 5 or 6 exact score, but I'm starting to think Carolina, okay, probably Florida, say they get by the Leafs, whatever. I think Carolina could beat Florida. Let's
Well,
just put
that's
it that
okay. So that's where I wanted to go.
No,
I need to ask.
A lot of anger.
Okay, I need to ask. I mean, the 2 games in Toronto went perfect.
I wouldn't say perfect,
Game
but we
3,
won.
Okay, yes, but
That was
in
the
game 4 last night. Game 4.
The game 3 game, they let it get away, blowing multiple 2-goal leads. So I'm thinking, okay, desperate team. They take 4 penalties in the first period. I've never seen Joseph Woll stand on his head like that. How the hell are you going to win a hockey game when you don't score a damn goal? And I'm going to tell you something. Say it, quote me, I don't care. Matthews, you rip off your C and you give it to friggin' Tavares again because you're not the captain of this damn hockey team. I'm so sick and tired of this guy's playoff ghost. He's a ghost. Every year, it's the same crap with this guy. Matthew Nyes is the best player on the team. The defense, Benoit's been great. Tanev's a monster. Everybody's great. Matthews is the guy's AWOL. Where is he? Can't find him.
Yeah.
Where's Waldo? It's time for this guy to show up. But anyway, here's the deal. It's not over. Probably going to go 7. But I'm going to tell you something. Wasted opportunities. That's the whole thing. These guys gag all the time. And you had a chance to go up 3-0. And you screwed it up. But anyway, sorry, Dave. Didn't want to raise my blood pressure on my first day back to work. But
yeah,
that's what the Leafs do to a lot of people. Oh, trust me, you go talk everybody here is just here we go again. I'm not going to say I still think they're going to win the series, but got to tell you, you got to score more than 0 goals to win a damn hockey game, and you're never going to get a performance from Wall like that again. And Stolarz is still out.
Right.
Anything to say, Wetzel? Lord and sorry, Scott. Were you saying? Well, just give it to me. Give it to me.
It's not over yet. I can't. It's only 2-2. It's only 2-2, and I think before the series, if I said 2-2 after 4, you guys still have home ice advantage. I think you would have said, okay,
who cares? Hey, man. And another thing is, you see things in your, I don't know, Scott, what players you see in your nightmares. But Brad Marchand has been in my nightmares for a decade.
Forever.
I can't shake this guy. In Boston, and now he's taking Florida on his back. I'm like, can you just get out of my life? Who are you? And why did you go to Florida? Why? Anyway, let's talk about tonight. I hear Morenzi's voice. Stop living in the past, man. This series isn't over. Yeah, but don't worry. I'm not quitting, but I'm not happy. Anyway, Vegas tonight. I think they tie up the series. I like Vegas.
What do you think? I mean,
I like Vegas. I like Vegas in the under. I like Vegas to win this game 4-2 with an empty net. Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow.
Interesting.
Just saying, Dave. You got 6.5 on my buck. It's 6.5 plus money. It's 6.5 plus money. So I play the under, and then if it goes whatever, then we can play it in game when I'm on the show with Sports Rage with Morenzi after 10 at 10 o'clock here. So that's what I'm going to do with the game. I just don't think this other game everyone thought was going under is going over. I actually have a feeling we actually see some defense. It's tough with the goaltending situations. I get it, but you're giving me plus 6.5 on FanDuel. Scott, you were talking, it's plus 6.5, plus 122 on my site. I'm getting plus 22 cents out of 6.5. I'm not laying 22 cents.
It was 3-1 under regular season too. 3-1 under regular season. So it's not
this is a game you play live. If Edmonton goes up 2-0, I hit Vegas. If Vegas goes up 2-0, I hit you know what I mean? I'm on Vegas for the game because they're plus money.
Yeah.
Basketball, I like the Timberwolves. I'm on the Knicks right now, and things are getting pretty tight. What are they up? 102.99.
Oh, yeah.
I need the Knicks to cover. Winning outright would be preferred.
Late night baseball. We got West Coast baseball. Scott has the Black Cloud play of the night.
How's it doing
can
now?
find
Is
that
it
one.
still
There
hot,
it is, right
or
there.
is it
It's
middling?
No, it's pretty good. It hasn't cooled off yet, but he said, San Diego wins tonight. I agree.
I'm going to take your
I think
betting
a
card
run
away.
line.
You can't lay 205 on a dark cloud play. Cut his mic.
Winners, winners. No,
because you can't.
Winners are winners. We're way ahead. We're playing with house money.
I'll make the Padres 205 my black cloud play. Come on, Dave. They're a 2-1 favorite.
That's
what are you
his play.
saying to this?
Anyway, still got to win.
I'm just being a jerk. I'm back and I'm surly as hell. I got to tell you something. I've done a lot of crap. But anyway, yes, I like them to win the game. But why don't you just is there a way we can do this on a 3-way line or like -1.5 or a parlay? Is there anything? Do we have a dance partner with the Padres?
1.5 was cheap.
You know what I like doing? Let me see what the lines are. For the Padres, in this case, to score the most runs in one inning between the two teams. It's always on innings. You just scroll all the way down. Team with the highest scoring inning, San Diego is -145.
Okay. How about we parlay an American Pope with the Padres to plus money?
Wow.
Trump?
That would have been a big
Padre.
miss.
Isn't a Padre a man of God?
Yeah, right.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I like the
There you go.
Padres tonight
Yes.
too. I don't like the number. Well, how about what do you think about Golden State and Minnesota? You tell me what you think.
I think Golden
How does
State's
Golden
winning.
State win? You think Golden State's
I
winning?
think Minnesota wins, man. I'd parlay San Diego and Minnesota to plus money. That's what I'm doing.
Wow.
Mine dropped
like
to
Vegas.
4.5. Somebody knows something. I like the over, too. I think you're going to get some points. 8 out of the 12 games without Steph Curry, they scored 100 points or more.
That total looks light at 2-1.5. I can guarantee you one thing.
Yeah.
If I know Gabe Morency and I do, he's smashing the over in this. 2-1.5. He won't even say it's a bet. It's a damn order. That's a low total.
Yeah. Cam McGee, top of the hour. Thanks, Cam.
Thanks, Cam.
Later, guys.
Vegas knows how to show love to our everyday heroes. So if you're a first responder, you are in for some perks. Lots of hotels and casino offer big discounts to any first responders who can show valid work or volunteer ID. So treat yourself to a discounted stay. You deserve it. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The Warriors' future was uncertain. Are they going to break it up? Steve Kerr coming back. They get Jimmy Butler, and they surge all the way through, and now they're through the first round.
The Warriors have guys, because of how special their star 3 trio is, they can make the guys around them better. They can elevate the way that they play. And we saw that. Steph Curry, 3 points in the first half, steps up in the second half, 19 points in the second half to carry them home.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Under him was Sharon Moore, who also participated in the cheating scandal with Connor Stallions. So you know what happens to him? He doesn't lose his job. He doesn't get a 10-year show cause. He gets to keep his job, and they go, we're just going to suspend you for 2 games next season.
Now, all of a sudden, they're coming out with everything that we knew to be pretty much true when it was happening. Yeah, they were cheating. It was like Belichick and the videotapes, right?
The early line. Only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
Rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of thoughts.
15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Well, that didn't take long. Welcome back, In-Game Live, Game Day on the Grid. So they start the second hockey game. First game did end with Carolina winning 5-2. Edmonton already minute in with a 1-0 lead over Vegas.
Wow.
How about that? So much for any kind of under thinking here, right? I mean, listen, it could still happen, but it's not the start you wanted. That's for darn sure. Adam Henriquez, Connor Brown with the assist. 126 in, 1-0. So Aiden Hill, 2 saves, and Skinner 1. 1-0 Edmonton.
This is
What
what
do we
they
got
did
now
the
for
other night, right? They scored first. They scored quick and, couldn't hold the lead. So I think you got to, be aware of that. If you have first period under, settle in. It's going to be a major sweat, and you're probably not going to win it. I got the
7.5.
Knicks leading 105, 102. I'm watching the basketball. I can't believe this. I cannot believe what's going on. But I can't believe this either. This is from a guy on Twitter. His @Art Takes Note. Okay. He's I guess he's a podcaster in Utah. All things Utah Jazz. Probably pretty salty right now. The odds of the top 3 in the NBA draft being Dallas, San Antonio, and Philadelphia in that order was 0.0114%.
Yeah.
0.0114%. I mean, when you put the point and then a 0, that's 0.1%. 0.0001%, right? The first number is a 10. So now we're getting 1/100th chance of that being the exact order, and that's what we got in the NBA draft. I cannot believe it. That is.
Who got the third pick there? Philadelphia? I mean, you think about it, right? So Dallas with all the controversy and all this and all that, all the speculation that Adam Silver wanted Luka to go to L.A. to kind of refresh the Laker franchise, right? They get the number 1 pick. Then you got Popovich and all the things he's done for the NBA, retires this year, and they somehow or another get the 2nd overall pick. I don't know about Philadelphia, but, if you want to go conspiracy, you got a couple of serious, good, believable angles on the first 2. I don't know about Philadelphia, but interesting. Real interesting.
I can't believe it.
That leads to our poll question. Little update here. Is the NBA draft lottery on the up and up? No freaking way. A clear-cut winner. 69% of the votes. That'll be up there for the rest of the night, so if you want to get your vote in. Not sure, open to it, but not sure is even 18%. Yes, only 12%, almost 13%, 12.8% actually think it's yes on the up and up. It's pretty sad when people think your sport is rigged, right? I mean, whether it is or not or whatever, that's enough of people like really saying, no, they just don't believe it's on the up and up.
Well,
I don't know if it is or not, but wow.
There's 3 minutes left in Madison Square Garden. It's a good thing you aren't down at the studio.
Oh, man.
Because this would be one of those, like, I don't know. The Knicks, if they hold on here and win, this will be up 3-1. Is it done? Dare I say? Is it a wrap? If the Knicks win tonight, do the Knicks win the series?
Listen, I give the Celtics a much better chance than I do Cleveland being down 3-1. Celtics have won a road game. Now, they've already won 1, so this doesn't necessarily help them, but it just goes to show they've won a road game in 12 straight playoff series. So could they win 3 in a row? Yeah. They've got to win game 5, right? So I think
so. I don't know.
I mean, look, I don't know. I still don't know how. You're going to look back and say, how the heck did they lose 2 games at home? That's
a 20-point lead. Don't forget. They had a 20-point lead in the second half of both of those games. Lost them both.
Yeah.
They had an 18-point lead tonight, right? What was their biggest lead?
Was it up that high? I know it was over 10. 13, 18? Wow.
Biggest lead of the game for the Celtics was 14.
14. Over hit already. So that's looking good. All right, folks. We'll be back tomorrow. Sam and Gabe coming up next on the grid.